our old bylaws were somewhat prescriptive about having this, certain standing committees, and when we went through our strategic planning process, the consultants had us functioning in 4 different areas, and afterwards we thought, well, gee, this makes some sense to continue that structure for the committees, but our bylaws don't really allow it. So we've made the bylaws be a little looser in that the board can choose what format it wants to do its business, as long as it considers certain functional areas, and so that's how we put it. And so it got quite a bit rewritten, but we left the same, basically the same functions for the board. And the other, we wanted to, as long as the board provides for finances, for oversight of finances and other operations programs, including housing and commercial initiatives, and policies and procedures, including those relative to human resources and board nominations. So that's, and we also specified that the treasurer shall serve on the finance committee. So those are the changes. So I don't know if anybody has any questions.
And that language is available in the community announcement or on our website too. So if you have any questions about the bylaw language, you can see the original, the sort of track changes version, and then the new version of the bylaws. So, Kathleen, thank you very much.
Okay, where do I stand?
Anywhere, I'll follow you. Yeah.
Are you going to have her go first as a candidate?
I dance too. I'm Kathleen Little. I've been on the board for the last 3 years. My husband and I have lived in the neighborhood for 35 or 36 years, 35 years in our house. We've renovated a house at 41st and Bridge plus the house next door. So we're landlords and we live here. And we intend to keep living here for a long time. And I've been chair on the board of the personnel committee. I've been on bylaws and nominations. And I think it's important. I would hope you would vote for me so that we can continue the strategic plan. I was part of the strategic planning process, and I do think it's important, as we're just starting to implement the strategic plan, to have some continuity and to have people who understand why we put the things in it that we did. So that's why I would like to run.
Thank you, Kathleen. Mike, do you want to go next? We'll revert back to alphabetical order. Sure. You're fine.
All right. Good evening. My name is Mike Doherty. We are residents of Ohio City now for a little over 3 years. We live on Fulton Road. I decided to run for the board. I'm new to getting involved, but decided to run for the board because I do feel that we all have a vested interest in the community. I feel it's my turn to get a bit more involved, having lived here for 3 years and being somewhat limited in my involvement. I believe that the people in the community generally have the best ideas about the community. If elected, I'd like to do a better job of incorporating ideas from residents in the area, having some form of an idea generation session or think tank around new ways to market Ohio City. I think there are a number of very simple things. I'm a big proponent of keeping it simple. I believe in continuous improvement. I believe that oftentimes perception is reality. So I think there are a number of small things that we can change in the community to have a dramatic effect on the perception of Ohio City. And happy to live here and happy to live here for hopefully a long time. Thank you.
So Roger, I guess you would be next. Shivi comes before Silverston, I think.
Oh, we're doing my last.
Gosh, that was, yeah.
My name is Roger Shivi. I'm a current board member of OCNW, just finishing a 3-year term along with Kathleen. I've lived in Ohio City for 5 years. With my partner Russell, we bought a Victorian home in 2005 and undertook a money pit renovation in slow scale. We've been active in our block club as co-chairs. That's how what led me to get onto the board, is being active in our block club, West 45th, block club 4552, West 45th to West 52nd. Very active member of the OCNW board, helping with numerous committees. And the biggest reason I want to run again is our new executive director. Absolutely. If I make it, if I don't, we are in good hands. This organization has never been poised to move forward like it is now after the painstaking strategic plan that we just underwent. and receiving the gift of our new executive director, who has the drive to make the neighborhood better. So if you see it in your heart to vote for me or want more information, I'm available for that. Either way, our community is poised for great advancement, and exclusively because of you. Welcome aboard, and thank you.
Thank you. So Roger's going to get a lot of votes at the annual meeting. I'm not kidding.
Program the computer.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, Matt Silverstone.
Last but not least, my name is Matt Silverstone. I and my wife have lived in Ohio City for the last almost 6 years. For the last little over 1 year, we've lived here with our 1-year-old son, who just turned 1 on Monday. I am a lawyer in a law firm downtown. I'm not, I guess we went kind of like, some days go boy, girl, we went like member, board member, non-board member, board member, non-board member. I'm not currently on the board. I haven't really, like Mike, been that involved in Ohio City, but I have been involved in Cleveland. Member of the Charter Review Commission in 2008. I very involved in Playhouse Squares, City Club. So I have been active and would like to become, for similar reasons to what Mike said, active in Ohio City. I'd like to kind of talk about 2 things that I think will tell you a little bit about who I am and what kind of board member I would be. And those 2 things are, I'd like to kind of talk a little bit about my philosophy when it comes to groups like this. And the second thing would be, if I was elected to the board, what my focus would be. My philosophy is that I think it's important to set goals and to set realistic goals that are measurable. Kathleen and Roger talked a little bit about the strategic plan. I think that's one of the great things about this organization. I think we are moving in the right direction. I think the strategic plan sets, not only sets goals, but they're realistic goals and they're measurable goals. You can tell whether or not we're accomplishing, or the organization is accomplishing the things that it wants to do. And I think that that's really important. Because the other thing is that I believe that I'm a doer. I believe in action. We've all been part of groups that sit around and talk and talk and talk. And you can do that until the cows come home, but until you put pen to paper, until you get up and do, and all it is talk. Last thing would be just, what would I focus on? I would focus on, I think, preserving the historic nature of the neighborhood, while at the same time kind of promoting the business atmosphere of Ohio City. I think that we have the potential to be the premier urban neighborhood in northeastern Ohio. I think that we have the potential to be one of the best places to live, to work, to shop, and to play. And I think that actually, that's really why my wife and I chose to live in Ohio City, because we do see the potential for all 4 of those things. If you want to be an urbanite as opposed to a suburbanite, you want those 4 things. And I think that Ohio City, with our fearless leader, can really be the premier urban neighborhood. I'm around if you have any questions. It was really nice meeting some of you tonight, and I look forward